the Women's Six Nations has a problem. Now, what first thing, the tournament format, it needs changing, and this comes off the back of England's recent 59-7 win over Scotland, which I didn't watch because I knew England were going to shove aside Scotland, which they did, and that's a problem. Like, if you want to grow the sport, well, having a fan say that this team will win, and they do win, is a problem in sports. Like, you want games to be on a knife edge, but I'll come towards that later. But what I want to talk about first thing is the tournament format. Like, it for me, it's just not working because we can't keep seeing England v France as the last fixture every year. Like, looking at what the tournament format was in the early 2020s, I think it was the 2021 tournament where there were two groups of three. I'd like to see that, like a format where it's similar to the Autumn Nations Cup series. Like, do you remember that tournament that took place in 2020? Yeah, that's something I'd like to see. Like, put England, France, and Ireland in one group, and then put Italy, Wales, and Scotland in another group. Like, women's rugby doesn't have to be the same as men's rugby. Like, do something different. Like, for me, that's what I'd like to see, because then we wouldn't be seeing England v France finals all the time. Like, we could see an England v Scotland final or a France v Wales final. I mean, because for me, that would be better than what's currently being served up. Another thing I'd like to talk about is the broadcasting of games. Now, it's okay, but still, for me, women's rugby isn't out there as much as it should be. Like, I see mainly England games being put on the main channel even, because it's just on BBC, whilst other games are being restricted to either Red Button or iPlayer, and that shouldn't be the case. Like, if you want women's rugby to be out there, then broadcasters need to do more to ensure that enough people are watching women's rugby. I mean, like, take the weekend gone, for instance. We've already seen England versus Scotland on BBC One or BBC Two, I think it was, with the other games being on the iPlayer, and you just got to think to yourself, like, well, for me, I've just got to think to myself that, yeah, you're putting games on the iPlayer, but people don't really know it's on because it's not being advertised. Like for me, women's rugby just seems like a footnote, and in this day and age, that shouldn't be the case. Like, let's put women's rugby out there more often. Like, don't just broadcast England games. Broadcast other games as well, and don't put them behind the red button or on iPlayer. Put them out there more, because if they're out there more, it means that the teams get more money to improve their squads, or at least that's how I think it works anyway. If it doesn't work like that, then don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. But anyway, those are just some of the things I wanted to discuss in regards to the Women's Six Nations. Now, earlier I said that you wanted to see games on a knife edge, and that was the case between Italy and France. Like, for me, although I didn't watch that game, that was probably the closest game that fans have seen. And as rugby fans, that's what you want to see more of. like games that are dicey. But on the other hand, it's well. Now, earlier I said that fans want to see games on a knife edge, and that's exactly what Italy versus France was. I didn't watch the game, but looking at the result, so you could tell that was a pretty close game. Now, that's what fans want to see more of. Games that are like dicey rather than one-sided games. Because who wants to watch a game where the victor is decided before kickoff? Nobody wants to see that. Like, and looking at the quality of the women's Six Nations, look, the likes of England and France, they can only beat what's in front of them. So it's not their fault that the other four nations are playing catch up. Like likes of France and England, they can only beat like what's in front of them. It's up to Italy, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales to improve, and and they will improve in time. But I'm sure it's just frustrating for fans to continuously see France and England basically thrash their opponents week in, week out. And I don't know, like, if you're a current or former women's rugby player, then I'd like to hear from you. Like, for me, I think about the mental side as well. Like, how do you mentally prepare to face a team like Scotland or Wales or Italy or even Ireland? Like, because I think about it and I think to myself, there's got to be no room for complacency. But that's just my 2 cents on this. I'd like to hear from you. What are your like? One, what's your thoughts on the tournament, and two, how do you keep that competitiveness? Like, you know, you're going to beat said team, but how do you mentally respect your opponent? Yeah, I just have a lot of things on my mind, so that video's a bit eh. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to convey. Like, because I come across women's rugby and sometimes I just shake my head because it's difficult for me watching women's rugby sometimes because you want to get into it, but it's just England and France every year. Like, I don't know, honestly. One thing though, I did write an article about the women's Six Nations sometime last year, so I'll put that in the description for you guys to check out. But yeah, I've spoken a bit too much, so I'm just going to end it here.